Almost anywhere you go, the locals will tell you, wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. But what makes the weather so changeable? Ultimately, the weather is mostly driven by one molecule, water. Water can readily change phase in the atmosphere from solid to liquid to gas, and these phase changes create many of the changes we observe in temperature and wind. Naturally, these phase changes also produce precipitation in its many forms, and in doing so, they help to generate severe weather such as large hail, strong winds, and even tornadoes. Here are the 3 primary phases of water. You're probably familiar with how water can change phase: evaporation, from liquid water to water vapor; condensation, from vapor to liquid; melting; and freezing. But you may not be aware that in the atmosphere, water can go straight from ice to vapor, which we call sublimation, or from vapor to ice, that's deposition. Sublimation and deposition are important for snowflake formation. For the phase changes on the left, water molecules gain energy from the environment, and for those on the right, water molecules lose energy to the environment. Have you ever noticed that when you step out of the pool, you can feel chilly even if the air temperature is hot? You can even develop goosebumps on your skin. This is because, as the water molecules evaporate from liquid droplets on your skin to water vapor in the air, those molecules gain energy from your skin. As bonds are broken between the water molecules in the liquid droplets, they gain the energy to vaporize. Because your skin is losing energy, you sense that energy loss as cooling. In order for water to make the jump from a lower state of energy to a higher one, there must be an exchange of energy between the water molecules and the surrounding environment. This energy exchange changes the temperature of the surrounding air. When water molecules gain energy, the environment cools, losing energy to the water molecules. When water molecules lose energy, which happens when they condense, freeze, or undergo deposition, the environment warms from the energy that the water molecules have lost. This is the basic mechanism by which water creates the weather. Let's test your knowledge of water's phase changes and their effects. What happens when water gains energy from the environment? As the water gains energy, those water molecules warm, drawing energy from the environment, which cools. And what happens when water cools? The water loses energy, loses that energy to the environment, which causes the environment to warm. To wrap things up, water's phase changes involve an exchange of heat energy with the environment. In the atmosphere, there are places where water changes phase most actively. We know them as clouds. Clouds are regions of tiny liquid droplets and/or ice crystals suspended in the air. To keep the droplets from falling towards the ground, the air must rise ever so slightly. So what drives the weather? Ultimately, it's the phase changes of water that produce much of the weather that affects us.
Please check out our educational weather blog at understandingtheweather.org.